welcome to the update. I'm Ash Gardner. Far North Queensland continues to be battered by heavy rain, with the flood emergency showing no sign of easing. Australian Defence Force personnel and resources have been deployed to assist in the rescue and recovery operation, while Police Commissioner Katarina Carroll says there are concerns for the town of Wujal Wujal.
We are looking to evacuate that small town into Cooktown as soon as we can have access into the area.
Federal Police will be out in force at airports across the country. It comes ahead of what's set to be our busiest holiday season in years as the tourism industry recovers from COVID.
Over 500 police will be targeting disruptive and offensive behaviour both in the air and on the ground.
AFP Detective Superintendent Morgan Blunden there. Close to 180 people have been arrested at airports since July. Virgin Australia has been named as the airline with the most cancelled flights. The airline apologised to customers after their cancellation rate surpassed 5.6%, admitting it's below their standards. Pro-Palestinian supporters have sparked travel chaos in Melbourne this morning. The group blocked two defence facilities on Lorimer Street and Todd Road in Port Melbourne, which they claim are exporting weapons to the conflict in the Middle East. 5 fresh faces have joined the Queensland front bench today, with the new look cabinet officially sworn in. It comes after Stephen Miles took over as Premier last week. Labor has bounced back to finish the year with a slight edge over the coalition in the latest news poll. The government lifting its primary vote by 2 points to 33%, while PM Anthony Albanese's approval rating sits at 42%, just 3 points ahead of Peter Dutton. Aussies are set to spend big in the lead up to Christmas. $9 billion is expected to be spent in the final week of sales. It'll take the total spent between November and the Christmas trading period to $67.4 billion. US President Joe Biden is safe and well after a crash involving a motorcade SUV that was part of his security detail. He just left his campaign headquarters when the crash occurred. Sport and entertainment news are next. Australia has made just one change to its lineup for the Boxing Day test against Pakistan. Backup fast bowler Lance Morris has been released to play in the Big Bash. Marnus Labuschagne says he's good to go after being cleared of a finger fracture.
Overnight it was a little bit sore, but this morning's fine, had a hit and it was all right.
Melbourne has been named host for the Matildas' bid for a spot in the Paris Olympics. The third-round Olympic qualifier against Uzbekistan will take place at Marvel Stadium on February 28. And in tennis, Andy Murray has confirmed he'll take to the court in next year's Kooyong Classic ahead of the Australian Open. In entertainment news, Keith Urban has been spotted touching down at Sydney Airport with his 2 teenage daughters ahead of the holiday season. And Taylor Lautner has revealed in a recent podcast he was only supposed to play Jacob in the first Twilight film, with the character to be recast for the remainder of the franchise. He says he had to fight for his role back. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast news team. We'll have another episode of The Update for you tomorrow.